palms were clammy with sweat as I hastened down the hallway. As I quickly made my way to class, I could hear my footsteps echo through the empty corridor. All the students were in class, and I could already imagine the ruckus they were causing in my absence. I was a few minutes late for my relief class. Miss Adrian had contracted dengue fever, so I was assigned as the relief teacher for her English class that day. It was my first time teaching Class 5 Faith, and I was already running late. Beads of cold perspiration rolled down my forehead simply thinking of the sea of unfamiliar young faces. As I reached the classroom door, an explosion of noise burst from the inside. I grimaced. The cacophony of voices from the students halted immediately as I poked my head into the classroom. All eyes were on me as all of the students froze. They clearly thought that they were in trouble. Suddenly, a lone voice piped up from a girl with flyaway black hair who sat in the front row. "You're not Miss Adrian." "Well, yes," I replied with a nod. "I'm Miss Tan. Miss Adrian is not in today." Murmurs of confusion swept through the students. I strode over to the teacher's table and sat down. While the class remained in stunned silence, I connected my computer to the projector and began the lesson. As I turned my back to write on the whiteboard, the chatter from the students started building up again. I was just about to reprimand them when a hush descended on them. I turned around instinctively in bewilderment at the stony silence that fell instantly. Their gazes were all fixated on the glass tank in the back corner of the classroom. It was brimming with leaves and sticks, and its lid was left ajar. Following their gazes, I questioned, "What's in the tank?" Fred is gone!" squeaked a bespectacled boy with curly brown hair sitting in the second last row. I cocked my head to the left. Who or what was Fred? As if it were answering my question, I spotted a flash of green from the corner of my eye. I whipped around, but nothing was there. Unexpectedly, I heard ear-splitting shrieks. "Fred! Fred!" The students had jumped out of their chairs. "Miss Tan! Fred's on your head!" blurted a scrawny student seated next to the tank. My hands shot up to my head. At that moment, I felt something spiky and ticklish creep onto my finger. I lowered my hand to my eyes. The scream that escaped my lips reverberated through the air. A bright green grasshopper stared placidly back at me. "Someone get it off! Get it off!" I yelped, stretching my arm out as far as it would go and waving it about frantically like a lunatic. The girl with the flyaway hair darted forward just as Fred the grasshopper sprang off my finger. She deftly caught it in her outstretched hands. Within moments, she had gently placed it back into the tank, closing the lid with a click. She declared, "It's only Fred. You're okay." Nonetheless, my heart was still palpitating painfully in my chest, and I panted in utter shock. For the rest of the lesson, the students occasionally snickered and exchanged conspiratorial glances, but otherwise made no comments. Finally, after what felt like an eternity, the shrill ringing of the bell signaled the end of class. I stumbled out of the classroom, my mouth still slightly parted as I digested my substitute teaching experience.